Hello and welcome to Information Sources and Services. This is the introduction, the first week. I just wanted to give you in this lecture a short overview of the class that what we're going to be doing this semester and an introduction to Information Sources and Services. So first of all, just some information about contact me. I'm going to have office hours Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 5 at Valley Road. You can generally reach me by phone there. Just if you are coming in person, make sure you make an appointment with me. Sometimes meetings interfere with me being here in those hours. I'm always available to meet with you at other times if you schedule them with me. I try to get to my email within 24 hours on the week, during the week, 48 hours on the weekend. If I don't answer you, bug me. I might have overlooked your email or it got lost in the shuffle, so don't be afraid to ask me questions multiple times. I'm also willing to meet by Skype, Blackboard Collaborate, and like by appointment. You know, if you want to, if 8 o'clock at night is the best time for you to make an appointment with me, as long as we have it ahead of time, we'll work it out and then make sure that we can meet and talk if you need help. For this class, I usually use this book, Reference Sources and Services for Use. However, it's not available this semester because a new edition is coming out, so I was kind of like all ready to go, and I clicked on Amazon to see, just double check, and it says out of stock. And I have a feeling since the new version's coming out in the spring that this is not going to be back in stock anytime soon. So what I'm going to do is provide you with the chapters, copies of the chapters from it, so you get to save money this year. If you would like to work from the book, you're welcome to try to buy it. I am going to be giving you copies of this edition, and you can purchase it used. There's also a copy available at the library. A lot of the chapters are not going to be up ahead of time because I'm going to have to be copying chapters, and I have to do that as we go along. In addition to these, we'll also be able to, I'll also be providing you with articles that will be either available on Blackboard or through one of the databases at the library here at the university. Online, you can get to them. So each week in this course, you will have a lecture like this, a voice over PowerPoint. Sometimes, voice over PowerPoint. Sometimes I will have my video image in it. If I'm having a bad week and I haven't got any makeup on and my hair's a wreck, you may not see me, but hopefully I've been told that it helps to be able to see the person, so we'll try this. Discussions, we're going to have a discussion every week, sometimes one thread, sometimes two. I am having you do your introductions on VoiceThread, and we may use that if it works out well. Otherwise, we'll do our discussions through Blackboard, and you will be typing. This is the part of the course where we're trying to kind of, put together, be like a group in a classroom discussing the material. You'll also have some readings each week, which I didn't put down here, that are available, and a reference journal most weeks. Not every week, not this week, but basically with the reference journal, what I'm trying to do is have you practice reference questions. So I'm giving you different kinds of questions that reflect what we've been working on that week, and you'll be learning different types of reference. We're going to be evaluating sources. We're going to be learning how to do searching, and all that kind of thing will be reflected in your reference journals. The week will be from Tuesday in the morning until Monday midnight. So when something is due by the end of the week, like the reference journals and the discussion, although I will, I'd like your first post on the discussion to be within that week, the original Tuesday to Monday. This week, of course, it's Wednesday to Monday because classes are just starting September 6th on Wednesday. But you can continue the discussion for more than 1 week. I'd like to leave the discussion open for 2 weeks, because sometimes we start discussing things, and then if I just say, okay, we're done with that discussion, you gotta have everything in, we don't get everybody's, the discussion just gets cut short. So what I really like to see in discussions is an original post and a response to somebody else. And we're gonna try this, like I said, either some will be on Blackboard, and I would like to incorporate VoiceThread, which I will be showing you in this lecture how to access it, and you may have already gotten an email from me. I'm not quite sure with the first thing you need to respond to. And then the syllabus is a course overview. I posted it on Blackboard because we're just so used to a syllabus, but the most up-to-date information is every week on Blackboard. So if you go into the week, that week on Blackboard, that's the most up-to-date information on assignments. I reserve the right to change assignments that we haven't gotten to yet. I mean, to change material that we haven't gotten to yet on Blackboard. So if you do read ahead, just know that I may substitute. Generally, I don't substitute a lot, but know that I might substitute something in terms of the articles we're reading if I find something new as we go through the semester. So I'd like you to read either the syllabus or take a look through the different weeks as they're posted on Blackboard, and let me know if you have any questions. I will set up a question discussion board that will be open all semester, and you can let me know, you can post there if you have questions, and if somebody else in the class knows the answer to the question, everybody is able to can jump in there and answer questions. Chalk and wire, for those of you who have been in the program, you know that's something that you need to have. If you have not been in the program, you will be being contacted about chalk and wire. It's a place where, for example, the LibGuide has to be uploaded, but you can upload whatever material there you want to keep. At the end of your program, you're going to need to do an e-portfolio in field experience, and you're going to need access to your assignments that you've done in different courses throughout the program. So hold on to those assignments either somewhere like Dropbox or Google Drive or in Chalk and Wire, so that you have access to those assignments when it comes time to do your e-portfolio. So, major assignments in this course, there's you're going to be graded basically on the reference journal, the discussion board, and these 3 assignments. So the first one is a reference interview paper. You'll be going to 2 libraries when you do this paper and asking the reference librarian, and we do need to make sure it is a reference librarian and not somebody just working at the circulation desk. So you know, there is a tendency when we go into the library to call everybody a librarian, but you know, the person that's checking out your books may or may not be the librarian, and you need to make sure this question is directed to somebody who identifies as the person helping you answer questions as a reference librarian or a librarian of some sort. So you're going to ask the same question to 2 different librarians, and based on material that you're going to research, articles that you're going to find in yourself, you're going to look for reference articles on the reference interview, and we'll go over this in more detail, but you're going to write a 8 to 10 page paper, which will include 5 to 7 scholarly articles, that's the word I was looking for, on reference interviews and reference transactions. So the paper itself is due, hold on a second, paper itself is due 10/23, but I would like a bibliography, and these dates are in the are listed under assignments in the Blackboard. I'd like a bibliography that includes those 5 to 7 resources that you find so that by October 9th, so that I can review them and make sure they are indeed scholarly sources and that they're relevant to what I'm asking you to write about and that they're done in proper APA format. Then the paper itself will be due October 23rd. Then you're going to do a database evaluation, which is basically we're going to look at databases available in the Chang Library, and you will, according to prescribed criteria, write a 4 to 6 page paper evaluating that database and its uses for the audience it's intended for. There's a lot of information under assignments for the database evaluation and the reference interview paper. I'm just giving you a brief overview. Your final assignment will be a LibGuide that will be due December 18th. For all of these assignments and for even the discussion and the reference journals, please let me know if, I know some weeks you guys have report cards due or life happens, and if something comes up and you're struggling or you can't meet a deadline, just email me. We will work it out. I know that you guys have a lot on your plates, so I like to be as flexible as possible, but as long as you talk to me ahead of time. So the LibGuide is due the 18th. It's a couple days before the end of the semester, so it gives you a little bit of play right there. But I'm just asking for it on the 18th so that we have it a little ahead of time. And basically, the LibGuide is a, let's see if this link is going to work. Oh, no, sorry. A LibGuide is a electronic format of, in a way, it's a proprietary software that was created to put information together, lists of books, and other names. We're going to discuss this in one of the classes, but other names you might have heard LibGuides referred to are pathfinders or bibliographies, or even just book lists, because you're going to bring together we ask for a minimum of 30 resources of multiple types about a particular subject, and I'm going to ask you to target a particular grade or grade levels. So you can do this to actually use within your school if you're working in a school and you know there's something coming up that your teachers would like a variety of resources available for them. This great to use it. You will be able, the LibGuide software is housed in the Chang Library, but you will be able to continue to provide access to it even after you're done with the course. So your LibGuide topic is due November 6th. So I tried to spread things out so you have due dates across the whole semester and not everything all at once. So Blackboard and VoiceThread, I just want to give you a little overview. If you've been in my classes before, you know how I work with Blackboard. I basically have every week, if you just click on the tab, it has everything that you need for that week. The readings will be there, the lecture, there'll be a link to click on to get this lecture, which you've already done if you're in this lecture. Introductions to the VoiceThread, discussions, if there's things due. I would like you to add a profile picture to Blackboard. What it does is when we do have discussions within Blackboard, instead of it's kind of in place of an avatar, so you get a picture, and it helps myself and other people when we're going back and forth to decide to figure out who's talking. I would like you to also do that within VoiceThread, and I'll show you that in a minute. So assignments will be uploaded directly into Blackboard. If you click on the links here and the links under the weeks that they're due, it will take you to a place to upload the material right into Blackboard. The syllabus is here. The reference journals will be done directly in Blackboard. So I give you the assignment here, and then you can click into journals. go into reference journals. Actually need to go into, you will be able to pick out your reference journal and click on yours. I don't know if anybody else has come up because these are private between you and I, and create journal entry, and you can start typing your message. I would prefer that you did not attach a Word doc, but with the discussions and with the reference journal entries, it's not a bad idea to type everything in a Word doc and then copy and paste, because Blackboard has a lovely habit of crashing in the middle of a long and lovely passage that you've just written. So, so do the entry within Word, copy and paste it into here. Don't attach a file to the journal entries. It makes it harder for me to grade them and to read them. I think that's about it. You probably won't see this course materials because it's something I have hidden. But that's it. If you have any problems with Blackboard or with any kind of technology, your email or anything, click on this and it takes you to help desk. You sign in with your credentials from the school, your email credentials, and tell them what the problem is, and they get back to you pretty quickly. All right, VoiceThread, which we're using for our introduction today, is I think a really nifty program, a really nifty website. And basically what you're going to do is I've recorded an introduction telling you what I'd like you to include. You go on here and you can either type. There's a phone call, which I don't think we can do it. I think I have to set up something separately, so I'm not using that. Record an audio comment or do the video comment. And it's going to show up here. There'll be a list. You'll see all of the comments, so you know, you can go in and listen to comments. There's a way to reply to a particular person, which makes it easier to follow the thread. You just click on their little, what you'll get is a little box here with a person in it, and you click reply to them, and you can do the same that you've done here and reply to them in multiple ways. So I really would like a video this time. You can use your phone. There is a mobile app for this, and you should be receiving or have received a email from me from VoiceThread with a link, and I also put the link into the first week so that you can see it there. If you have any trouble accessing this or knowing what to do, email me and we will work through it. Sometimes I've forgotten to do something, so I really appreciate that first email that says, you know, this isn't working for me, and then I realize I've forgotten to turn something on or forgotten to add something. So don't be afraid to ask questions. You might be doing the rest of the class a favor. So that's the overview for Blackboard, and I've given you an overview on VoiceThread. And oh, you know what, I just want to go back here. Some of the topics that we're going to be covering. We're going to be looking at history of reference, reference transaction, and this is an important thing that's going to be the basis of what you're doing for your reference interview paper. Looking at searching, and we're going to be practicing searching throughout the semester, but I'm going to be giving you tips on efficient searching. We're going to look at different types of reference sources, how to evaluate reference sources, particularly websites. This kind of goes in with fake news and all that kind of fun stuff that's going on now. We'll look at some non-traditional sources. Here's where I'm going to go a little bit more into LibGuides and Pathfinders. Gives us, you know, you'll have some of your other assignments done now and can begin to concentrate on that last assignment. Information seeking behavior 1 and 2. This is talking about how people look for information. There's a huge amount of material on this, and we're just going to really kind of scratch the surface on it, but it's important to understand some of what's going on when you're what's happening in the person who's asking you a question, what's happening in their brain, and why they might be doing some of the things that they're doing. That's also the purpose. You know, one of the reasons I do the reference interview paper is because It's based on an article that you'll read and something that was done there, but it gets you sitting in the seat of a person asking the question, the person on the other side of the desk or table or that you're talking to. So you will be in their shoes and with a new awareness based on your readings, so you can kind of see how it affects that person. So it puts you in the place in the shoes of the information user, or the library user. Then we're going to talk about legal and ethical issues and copyright, information literacy and instruction, reference trends. We're going to look going forward what might be some reference trends, and I'm going to give you some review sources for reference trends. And then the last couple of days we'll just do a course wrap up and some final thoughts. So that's it for this. I will try to keep these not terribly long, so you don't have to listen to me forever, but sometimes there's more to cover in a week than other weeks. So I will see you on VoiceThread, and I will see you, there's also a discussion question, so you're going to be using both means this week, the VoiceThread and the discussion board. So I'll see you in both places. Thank you.